So our next section is going to be my highlights, which is a very big part of my collection. So we are going to go through this as quick as I can. But again, if you would like any ranking videos on these products, feel free to let me know in the comments. So starting with my liquid and cream highlights, I have my 2 cream highlights from MAC. These are the cream colour bases. This is in Luna. Has a little bit of powder from the blushes on it. And this is Hush. I have also owned Pearl in the past, which is a really lovely shade. I have a bunch of liquid highlights here, almost all of which are discontinued products, which tells you something, doesn't it? I need to get cracking and use these things up. I have my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Champagne Pop. I have several Revolution products. Most of this is Revolution. This is the Ultra Strobe Cream. This is from Revolution way back in the day. This product's from like 2015, possibly 2016, but I think 2015. It's lovely. I just need to use it up. I have a bunch of these liquid highlighters. These were dupes for the Cover FX liquid highlights. I have the shades. I have two of the liquid rose gold. This is a liquid starlight. Liquid champagne. You can't really see the colours, but liquid luster gold. And that's it for those guys. I have this one from Revolution Pro. This is the Gold Elixir. This is called the Highlighting Potion. And it is sort of a more refined version of the liquid highlight. Although I do really love the liquid highlights. I wish they'd bring those back. And lastly for Revolution I have... Oh no. I have the Revolution Pro Skin Perfector in the shade Gold. And I have 2 from the Revolution Glow range. We have the Molten Body Glow. It's a face and body illuminator. I'm not sure what shade this is in because it's not printed on the packaging. It may just be called Revolution Glow. I'm not entirely sure. Nope, it doesn't say anywhere on the packaging what the shade of this is. I think it might be something like champagne. We also have the Illuminating Glow Illuminating Skin Perfector in the shade Champagne. I think they might be the same shade, but don't quote me on that. I have another Becca highlight Shimmering Skin Perfector. This is a sort of half size, travel size in the shade Moonstone. I have the number 7 Skin Illuminator, which is almost empty. This is in the shade Nude. I have a MAC Strobe Cream. This is in the shade Peach Light. I have a few from Avon. I have the Mark... I'm not sure what this is really called. It's a cream highlight stick and it's in the shade Candlelight. I'm going to keep hold of this guy. These 4 are from a festival collection a couple of years ago. These are the Flashlight FX Illuminating Drops. I'm going to get rid of them because I've never gotten on with them. They don't mix well with my makeup. I've tried them mixed in as bases, tried them on top, and they just don't do very well. I am going to keep these 2, just not in my collection. I'm going to keep them for like Halloween makeup for the kids, because this one, this is in Flickering Lights and this one is in Laser Lights. Flickering Lights has like pinky blue reflex, which is perfect for doing like princessy fairy things for my daughter, and this one shines green, which might be cool for Halloween because my son might want to be the Hulk. So yeah, we have those. I'll keep hold of those just for that purpose, but otherwise these are out of my collection. I have one from Elf, which I actually got as a gift with purchase. I never would have purchased this myself. It's the Targeted Natural Glow Stick in the shade Pink Pearl Glow, and it's just a cream highlight stick. I don't know how much of this has been in focus. And it's just a cream highlight stick. And lastly in here I have a liquid highlight from Colourpop. This is in the shade Bubbles, I think. Doesn't say on the packaging. No. I haven't used this yet, so I don't actually know. It's in the shade Champagne Bubbles, and I got this in their clearance sale at the end of last year. It's so pretty. And I love the little mechanism it's got. Instead of being a dropper like these guys, it has a little click button, so you can soak up the product, and there it is. Next up we have my highlights that are in palettes. This Colourpop palette actually has a few depotted things in it. We have Moonstone from Becca. This is Rose Illumination from Elizabeth Arden, and this is the Merry Luminizer from The Balm. I have the Anastasia Glow Kit in the shade Sun Dipped. Summer is missing out of here. It's in another palette. I thought it was in the Colourpop palette, but I do still have it. It's just in another palette. So we have Summer, Moonstone, Tourmaline, and Bronze, and I love Tourmaline. It reminds me so much of another highlight that I have that I'll show later on, and it is Elf. I think it's a taupe highlight it's called, and it's just this beautiful shade like this. So I'm kind of going through my collection to see how many different versions of it I have, so I'm glad I have a type of backup. I have a palette from Morphe. This is the Star Blazer palette, and again we have Stardust, Cosmic, Lit, Spark, Extra, Celestial, which has that sort of taupe vibe to it, Shooting Star, and Blaze. And out of this palette, I think Shooting Star and Blaze are the two that I probably won't get the most use out of, but I'll find a way to make them work. I have the Revolution Beyond Radiance palette, and these are like illuminating finishing powders. They are beautiful. This is one of those palettes I decluttered and repurchased. This is the Ultra Cool Glow palette, which I picked up because I saw someone panning it and it made me want it. And yeah, I picked up dirt cheap in a mega clearance sale. So we have sort of a bluey pink iridescence, a peachy, a sort of magenta iridescence, a yellowy gold. This one reflects green. This one is more of a sort of a skin type rose shade. This one reflects purple or like violet, and this one more has a sort of bluey grey shift to it. Again, I might not get lots of use out of this palette, but each shade only has 2.5 grams in it, so it's not a huge amount of product to work through. We have the Soph X Revolution highlight palette. Again, these only have like 2 grams in them. It's one of the things I like about Revolution palettes. They have very little product in them. So you can have the experience without having the product drag on forever. So you have like a light gold, a sort of peachy gold. These are kind of baked-ish products, marbleized products. So you have one that is a very light bronze, the same sort of shade but in a pressed powder, darker bronze, a more coppery bronze. This one reflects kind of violet, and this one is a very nice pink shift. We have the Ultra Strobe and Light palette again. I think this only has like a couple of grams per shadow in it, less than that. And these are more, again, slightly more wearable ones. We have a yellowy gold, a pink, a slightly violet shift, another type of pink, a straight gold, a light gold, a light bronze, and a sort of peachy bronze. And then we have this one, which kind of changed my mind about highlight palettes in the first place. This is the Revolution Precious Stone in Rose Quartz. I got this in their Christmas collection. Oh, I want to say the winter of 2018, possibly the winter of 2019. But yeah, it's beautiful. It has a light gold, a sort of taupey pink, and a peachy bronze, corally, almost like Orgasm, but lighter, brighter. They're beautiful. They're beautiful shades. And then we are on to my individual highlights. And there is a lot of them. A whole lot of them. I have 2 of these Avon Illuminating Face Pearls. I actually probably have more. But these are the 2 that are currently in my collection. And they are just beautiful radiance pearls. I'm going to try my best to go through this in brand. I'm going to try my very best. I have 2 other Avon products. I have the Mark Show Glow in Full Beam, which is just a traditional gold reflect highlight. And then we have the Luminous Blush in Halo Glow, which is supposed to be a highlight. Has more of a beige gold to it. I have 3 from Makeup Obsession. We have the Mega Moon, which has a sort of violet highlight to it. We have the Mega Lightening, which has like a silver and a gold shot through there. And then we have the Mega Honey, which is a nice golden bronzer. No, bronzer. Blush. No. Highlight. What am I on? While we're at it, let's just tackle all the Revolution. Because a huge chunk of my highlight collection is Revolution. It just is. So I have 2 of these Revolution Skin Kiss in Golden Kiss highlights. These were gifts with purchase, that's why I have 2 of them. But yeah, they're lovely. They're just a classic, easy to use, wearable golden highlight. I have the Revolution Glow Splendor Ultra Glow highlight in So Glazed. It has this beautiful, it reminds my kids of a seashell. And then inside is just beautiful. I think this is supposed to be a dupe of the Charlotte Tilbury highlights. I haven't actually used this one, so I can't comment on it. I have this old school one, the Vivid Bake highlight in Golden Lights, and it is just beautiful. It's got a really strong gold shift to it, and it blends really nicely onto the skin. I have the Revolution. This is actually technically a bronzer, but I use it as a highlight. It's in Holiday Romance, and again, this is just a very wearable, soft focus, kind of bronzy beige skin toned highlight. I have 3 from the XX Revolution range. This is in the shade Strobe, which is a very strong sort of peachy gold. We have Disclosure, which is very, very coral and very, very strong, and I don't think I'll get much use out of it. And then we have Frequency. Actually, no, this is the one I don't think I'll get much use out of. This is like bedazzle your face. I have a whole bunch of these Revolution Pro skin finishes because I just think they are beautiful and stunning. I have 2 in Opalescent. I think one of them is open. This is Opalescent. It is a beautiful sheen. I use this as a soft focus highlight, but I can also use it as a soft focus glowy finishing powder as well. I have 3 of the Radiance, which is my favorite. If you were looking for a cheaper alternative to MAC Soft and Gentle, this bad boy is beautiful. If any of these products are still available, I might try and link them in the info box. These skin finishes are definitely something I would recommend checking out. We have the Revolution Reloaded highlight in Just My Type. This actually reminds me of another MAC product in the Reserve highlight that came out in early 2011, I think. It reminds me of Chez Le May. It is just beautiful. And these are the last few from Revolution. I have 2 of their loose highlights. We have Champagne, Peach Champagne, and True Gold. And these are massive. 35 grams of loose highlight. I will never go through these in a lifetime. I have one of their Sculpt and Glows. This is in the shade Sands of Time. And that is the beautiful pink shift highlight there. Stunning, stunning stuff. And then I have this one from I Heart Makeup. It's the Goddess of Love Triple Bake highlight in the shade Goddess of Love. And again, it's sort of like a gold with a pinky shift. It's just beautiful. And that rounds up the Revolution portion of this video. Next, let's pop into my Beccas. I have quite a few Becca highlights because I bought backups when I heard they were going out of business. So, yes. So here are my Becca highlights. I have one of the Champagne Splits from the Jaclyn Hill collection. This is Prosecco Pop. I also have Prosecco Pop in a full size, as it is just beautiful. I have 2 of the Champagne Pop. Yes, here's the original Champagne Pop. And I also have it in C-Pop, which is what it's been renamed. I have Moonstone, which is just stunning. And then I also have Pearl, which is so stark and blinding. I kind of wished I could have gotten Opal, but I was unsuccessful on that mission. I have a whole bunch of MAC mineralized skin finishes. A lot of them. So we have Lightscapade, which is a beautiful white base with blue and green and pink, kind of color correcting highlight. Again, I don't tend to use this so much as a highlight as I do an all over finishing powder. I have Petticoat, which is more of a highlighting blush really, because it has such strong raspberry, bronzy and gold veining in there. we have Soft and Gentle, which is an absolute classic. It is beautiful pinky bronze. We have By Candlelight, which is a beautiful golden pink. Very strong on the pink there. This is the Special Reserve highlight powder I mentioned earlier in Chez La May. And then I have two from the, actually I can't remember what the collection this is from, but this one is the Blonde, which is striped with pinks. And then we have the Redhead, which is striped with pinky bronzes. Next I have my Estee Lauder highlights. This one is from the Victoria Beckham collection. This is Modern Mercury. And I also have Modern Mercury here in the Bronze Goddess collection. Ta-da! I don't know if that would encourage me to use that one up more, but I like having two of them. I also have Heat Wave, which is more gold, and Solar Crush, which is more of like the bronzy gold. I have my e.l.f. highlights here. I have two of the very basic highlight that they do in the shade White Pearl. Again, both of these were like gifts with purchase. I have one of, I have no idea what this one is called. I'm not sure what product name it is, but it's in the shade Bronze Gold. It's kind of like a baked jelly, but very, very solid baked jelly. And then we have these two glow highlighters. This is the shade Taupe, which is the one I mentioned earlier. I just love this shade. It's so nice. And then we have Golden, which is just a bog standard kind of gold shade. The only issue I have with these products is they do have a very strong coconut smell, which has slightly dissipated over the time I've owned them, which has been about a year. But yeah. Possibly my most inexpensive highlight apart from this e.l.f. one is this Primark Ultra Glow highlight in Spotlight, and it was £3 and it's stunning. It's very, very nice. I have my bougie highlights to share with you here. This is the loose mineral powder in Candlelight from Laura Mercier, which they don't make anymore. It is a very coveted product and it is stunning. Again, this is like 9.6 grams, it says. I will not use this up in a lifetime. I just won't. I have my Guerlain Meteorites in Cruel Gardenia. I'm working my way through this ever so slowly. This was probably the first very expensive product that I ever bought. I remember it being 40. It was either 40 or 46 pounds, and everyone was like, oh my god, are you mad? But I love it. It's beautiful. I have my Dior Nude Air Luminizer in the shade 001. Again, that's had a lot of love. It is so, so pretty. I have one from Hourglass. This is in shade Luminous Light. Again, I don't tend to use this so much as a highlight, more as a luminous finishing powder. I mean, I guess that's what it's really for. But you could also use it as a very subtle highlight too. I have one from Bobbi Brown. This is the highlight powder Poudre Touche Éclat in Bronze Glow. And it is something else. It is stunning, although I'm terrified to use it. We have the Makeup Forever Pro Light Fusion in the shade 02. Which end you open it from? Here we are, and it is a very nice gold. I have the Kevyn Aucoin Candlelight Powder. I mean, who doesn't? Not one of my favourites, I will say. Again, very subtle. Again, could use it as a illuminating finishing powder, to be honest. I have the Jouer Citrine highlight powder, which was an inspiration from Paulina's Beauty. It is gorgeous, and there are a couple of other shades that I kind of liked, but stopped myself from picking up because, well, you see. I have one highlight from Anastasia. I wish Anastasia would come out with a nice highlight range. This is the Iced Out highlight. Even if they came out with their the shades that are in their glow kits as singles, I think they could do well with that. But yeah, there's Iced Out. This one from Pixie by Petra in Delicate Dew is stunning. And from what I've heard, the Glowy Gossamer duos have been discontinued. There's this one, the Delicate Dew, and then there was one called Subtle Sunset or Sunrise, which is more of a golden. This is more pink rose gold toned. The other one's more actual gold toned. But I've heard that they're both discontinued, which is a shame. And then I have one from Nabla in the shade Ozone, which, I mean, it's nice. It's nice. But I have nicer things. I'll say that. It's probably the nicest thing I can say. I do have one other Laura Mercier highlight. This is actually the Matte Radiance Baked Powder in Highlight 01. This is the classic universal. I used to carry this in my makeup kit. It's a highlight that suits almost all skin tones, all stages of mature skin. You could put this on a 20-year-old daughter, the 30-year-old's older sister that's getting married, and then her 50-year-old mother, the bride, and it would look beautiful on all of them. I have one from Juvia's Place. This is one of their loose highlights in Clio. Oh dear, it is something beautiful. It is something beautiful. I remember when I first started getting into makeup back in like 2008, 2009, and like loose highlights were the biz. The biz. And this just harks straight back to that for me. It's gorgeous. Again, I doubt I could be able to use this up in a lifetime. But I think it'd be fun for mixing in with Ben Nye powders to make my own loose illuminating powder. That kind of thing. I have one from Beauty Bay. This is in the shade Beam, and by golly, it is reflective. It's so pretty. And then lastly, I have my ColourPop highlights here. I have one that's still in the box. This is the shade Flexitarian, which is one that loads of people went on about, and I picked it up in their clearance sale. So this is Flexitarian. Mine is a little bit broken. It's the only problem with highlights. They reflect so much you can't really see what they are. But yeah, there is Flexitarian. I have a Wisp, which I've used a good chunk of. This is a Butterfly Beach, which has more of like a strong rosy gold tone to it. We have Lunch Money, which is a classic. It's very strong white with a gold shift. And this is Strapped, which I think was in one of their Christmas collections, which is a very strong pink shift. And then I have one of the Soul Body Giant shimmering body powders in the shade Rosé, which is a struggle to get into sometimes. And it is stunning. It is very much the Super Shock formula, which makes me kind of worry because the sides don't close properly all the way. So I'm worried that this might dry out before I get a ton of use out of it. But yeah. So those were all of my highlights, all of my individual highlights, highlight palettes, cream and liquid highlights. There is a lot of highlights, and I wear a lot of highlights. But this is definitely an area that I'm going to be targeting in 2022 with my project panning and makeup use up, and I think I might even use some of these to franken matte blushes to make something a bit more shimmery, but we'll see. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you want to see any kind of ranking videos or more in depth, if you want my opinion on the best Revolution highlight formula, whether high end is worth the money, let me know, and I will quite happily make those videos for you. But I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.